Well, here you are again, my perfect audience. And you'll note today we have a special star who you'll probably recognize. It is Dangling Chad the Psychic, who is going to make a few predictions that Prism and Edgar Snowden can't make. But we will correct his predictions because he doesn't have his gold chain on, so it's like having his fingers crossed. Dangling Chad, what do you have to say for yourself?
I have two predictions. Tonight.
Just two?
Two.
Just two?
Would you like to hear the first one?
Yes.
Through much thought and esoteric and metaphysical study and an ample amount of time in my beta state, I have discovered that in the future it will be found out by science that lonely people have a higher levels of serotonin and tryptophan in their blood. It will soon become commonplace to dab their sweat with a cloth or biscuit and ingest that as it will ease and level you out if you're having a stressful day. Surprisingly, this will or pleasantly.
Dangling Chad, let me ask you a question.
I'm not done yet.
Are you taking your Prozac? That's what I want to know. You don't sound like you're taking your Prozac.
I'm taking something, but
you are on something.
It will, doing this with the sponge or biscuit to the lonely people for their tryptophan will also be surprisingly convenient way to meet new friends.
And kosher chicken. You can eat kosher chicken for your tryptophan too.
No.
Yeah, they're killed kosherly.
That will be found out to be not true.
Execution style kosherizing.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about. Let's take a deep breath. No, not hyperventilate. I said take a deep breath, Dangling Chad, the paranoid psychic. So is that your first prediction?
Yes, that is my first prediction, but it's not my last. I have a second one.
A second one. I didn't hear what the first one was, but go ahead with the second one.
Well, the first one was that we would be dabbing lonely people with a towel or biscuit because their sweat glands will be found by science to contain more levels of tryptophan and serotonin, and we will ingest that because it will level us out if we're having a stressful day, and it will also be the new form of meeting people. Like instead of Facebook, you'll simply find lonely people and dab.
I'm glad I took you off the street today, because otherwise you'd be homeless in Central Square.
You told me I could stay with you tonight.
When did I say that?
You said I could sleep on your couch.
I don't have a couch.
Well, then you lied to me.
Well,
do you want to hear my second prediction?
Well, first of all, I want to predict myself that the end of eukaryotic semi-sapiens will happen in 2112. We have 97 years left. So if you have a child, tell them to have a child really quick to get in under the wire.
You're not a psychic.
I'm taking a deep breath. I'm taking a deep breath.
I have paperwork. I'm certified.
Oh, you are certified, and yes, you have the paperwork to be committed.
No,
you have committed paperwork.
I went to MIP, the Massachusetts Institute of Psychic Abilities.
Putzes.
It was a 3-day program.
Massachusetts Institute of Putzes.
We even had homework.
MIP.
It's very common for psychics to live on the street, by the way.
Do you do tarot as well?
Yes, I do. I don't have any tarot with me.
Too bad.
I'm
Too
actually
bad.
one of the only tarot readers that can do a tarot reading without.
Ten of Swords I
without
drew
the
the last
tarots.
time. I drew the Ten of Swords.
If you drew the Ten of Swords, I would be very concerned about your gastrointestinal health in the next 3 years.
And my lifeline has been, I've been told that my lifeline is short,
That will also last 3 years. It will end with a bang, so to speak.
with a bang. Is there any difference between death and epideath? That's what I want to know.
Epideath is the death where if you're in the room with someone when they die and you kind of are the receiver of their pain and they die painlessly and you feel their death but you don't die, that's an epideath. We learned that at MIP.
I'm missing the gold chain to cover your chest hair.
You told me if I gave 2 predictions, you'd buy me a burger and some fries. I have another prediction.
Let's hear the other prediction.
In the year 2019, scientists will start working with industry to start inserting iron filings into chocolate that we buy as gifts. This way, having lost your chocolate won't happen anymore because you can use a simple beach metal detector to find any chocolate that would be missing, for instance, under your couch or under the car seat, because it contains iron, which is magnetic, you see? And this will also have the added benefit of making chocolate more nutritious, as it will be fortified with iron.
2019, you may not be aware of it, but 2019 is the anniversary, the 50th reunion of Woodstock, and I was at Woodstock with Joel Ziff. Well, actually, not with Joel Ziff. I wouldn't take him there.
Yeah.
With Andy Pratt. I was at Woodstock,
That's really cool. Hey,
and I saw the band,
when we get done this,
and they sang The Weight.
you're seriously gonna buy me a cheeseburger, right? You're not just lying to me, are you?
I'm going to take a deep breath is what I'm going to do, because the last thing you need is a cheeseburger.
Oh, okay.
I'll just tell you that straight up. I won't mince fries. You are Maribified,
Okay.
and I'm going to take you to a rainbow gathering so you can take some window pane and clear light mixed. I think you need the mix.
Will there be showers
It's a
there?
cocktail. Well, there should be. I wish there were a shower here right now to come down and we could kosherize you.
Okay.
That would be good. Then you'd be kosher and you'd be less odoriferous. You know what odoriferous means?
That's if you have like a degree.
From MIP,
Okay.
that degree.
We
Third degree.
We didn't get degrees.
Third
It
degree.
was just a certification.
Third degree in 3D.
We got a certification.
You have to get a stereogram, and it has to be backlit and blacklit.
They made us pay for the certificates, which was weird.
It's a hologram. It's all a hologram.
What's a hologram?
It's a hologram.
What's a hologram?
Hologram.
But what's a hologram?
Whole cloth. You're walking around in whole cloth.
All right.
So you can be the emperor today.
Is this going out? Like, are people watching this?
Are people watching this? Take a deep breath. Well, our guest here is from the Buddhist Alzheimer's Artists Home for the Hospiceless, and he certainly is homeless at the hospice.
You said you would adopt me if.
After the fries.
Well, does that mean like I get like, you know?
After you get fried.
I'll need an allowance.
You'll be fried. You'll be fried and to a crisp, and you'll be on the cusp of the cauldron at Uzbekistan. And if you don't give the right answer, if your predictions prove false, as I think certainly your second one, and probably your first one.
No, I have a track record of 90+%.
I'm telling you with 20/20 hypo hindsight.
I actually haven't had a major psychic prediction that has not come to fruition.
How about a major schizophrenic episode?
I don't understand.
Help me understand.
Okay. As I said, I've never had a major psychic episode not come to fruition.
That's a koan.
Colon?
Koan. That's a koan at Machu Picchu.
Okay.
Okay. Okay doke. Okie doke.
Do you think they'd mind if we took some of this stuff with us?
Okie doke. I think they would mind. I think you might be dangling committed.
We could just borrow some of this stuff. You know?
Gold chain. That's really what all you need is a gold chain. I think would complete your attire.
I could sleep here.
You could sleep here. In fact, I think I'll leave you here.
But you're gonna get me the cheeseburger, right?
No, just the fries.
Well, that's not very cool.
So I saw Joel Ziff yesterday.
Yeah.
On the bikeway. I looked him right in the eye and he didn't say hello. He made like you just pick any one and pretend that you never have met. He pretended we'd never met even though I was at his wedding. I was at his wedding.
What were you doing at his wedding?
I was invited. I was eating fries and cheeseburgers.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was great. It was a great wedding.
Did they charge?
And I invited him to my wedding, and he never even answered, and I haven't spoken to him since.
Did they charge for food at the
20
wedding?
years ago that was, and I still remember it like it was yesterday. People tell me I should let things go. But you know what I say? F them.
F them.
F them.
F them.
F from.
F them.
F from.
Okay. So. We should go to this guy's house and.
Perfect audience. That's who we should be.
Do you think you'd make?
We're going to slow this down to half speed because we've got still more than 10 minutes. And I would not want this to be a boring show because we're broadcasting from the Be Live bedroom of boredom, the bedroom of boredom. That's an anagram. Our studio audience is joining in.
Where?
We're the great Ominator.
Who's joining us?
They're walking by.
They're coming in here?
They are. They are. They're coming in here with fries.
Cool.
And coleslaw.
I don't like coleslaw.
Ketchup then.
I like ketchup.
Ketchup is good with fries. They'll be crispy too.
You haven't given me any feedback, any meaningful feedback on my predictions.
Chicken nuggets. That's what I think your predictions are. Your predictions are chicken nuggets that I've heard before at McDonald's.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
All right.
And I spoke to that then at Wimpy's.
I don't recall.
Or it could have
what
been
you're
Burger
saying.
King.
What are you saying?
I'm saying take a deep breath. I know you didn't inhale back in the day of Woodstock, but Joe Cocker did. And look what it did for him.
Who's Joe Cocker?
Joe Cocker, A Little Help from My Friends. Famous hit. Woodstock, Joe Cocker. You don't know who he is?
Wait.
You are a cultural illiterate.
Your words seem like they should be sticking together, but they're not.
Take a deep breath. Let's slow this down to half speed because we're going to practice intention and intuition. And we are inspired and improvised.
Practice, is that like homework?
Above and beyond the call of duty and booty.
At MIP, they said once we got our...
MIT.
No, at MIP, they said
At
once we got our...
MIT.
No, they said once we got our certificate, we wouldn't have to do homework anymore.
It's the Tea Party at MIT.
It's No, I went to MIP.
Well, I went to MIT. So there.
What kind of certificate do you get there?
A deep breathing. I took deep breathing there. It was a workshop. We were looking for final solutions.
Your words scare me.
Scaring is good. Scaring is good.
I don't think I want to stay at your place tonight.
Reviscerate the rage. That's what I would say to you. Channel Ram Dass and reviscerate the rage. You could Tonglen the rage too. Turn it into passion.
What's that?
I think you're a little bit into F&M.
What?
Yeah, I think you are. So I saw Joel Ziff, and he did not greet me. I looked him straight in the eye, and he had a scraggly beard. It's like an old, he looked like an old man. He didn't look like that 20 years ago when I knew him. He looked like an old man. And he didn't walk that well either.
What did you do?
I winked at him.
Did he wink back?
No. And then today I talked about that with my XXXX.
Who's that?
Very intense. Very intense. It's the issue of offspring is what we're really talking about. Extinction 2112 means that our great-grandchildren are FNF'd. FNF'd.
Is that a drug?
Fen-fen, yes, fen-fen, FNF. Are you looking for the perfect audience? You remind me of Frank Mercury. Frank Mercury I knew back in the day at Casa Verde. And Frank Mercury used to balance. He used to balance the PCP that he took with the Quaaludes. And he was an astrologer, just like yourself.
I have another prediction.
Does this when Mars squares Pluto?
No.
That's what I want to know. What happens in your Saturn return?
In the year 2525, it will be found out that you could mix toothpaste and base cigarettes with toothpaste, and that will get you high.
Cigarettes and banana peels.
No.
Banana peels. Banana peels is a proven, tried and true placebo method.
So if I eat enough bananas, what would happen?
No, just the peels.
If I ate enough banana peels, what would happen?
You'd slip. You'd slip into a trance, and you would see the truth. And you could have a banana cream pie, but it'd be a little bit in your face.
But I want
It'd be a little bit.
I don't
in your
want a
face.
banana cream pie. I want a cheeseburger.
Told you, fries. Mariba fried. You're gonna get Mariba fries.
You said if I hanged out with you on the
Mariba
show,
fries.
I'd get a cheeseburger.
That must have been the last person you met in Central Square while you were dreaming last night and sleeping on that bench and lost your gold chain. Joel Ziff reminds me of Mariba and of Larry Cohen and of Barry Goldwater and Missy Vineyard. Names of infamy in Dante's Inferno.
Who's Dante?
Good you should ask. I'm glad you asked.
What is that noise?
It's the great Ominator.
Do you hear it?
I make it.
No.
I don't fake it.
I was looking at
I
you.
don't fake it.
I'd know if you're making that noise.
Dangling Chad, the psychic. And you didn't know I was making that noise.
My certificate was in long-range predictions.
Long range. Yes.
I'm strangely blind to the obvious and apparent in short term.
You have a Coke 1% master narrative official story blind sight in a Capgrass corporation.
No, seriously, I have.
I'm gonna get
No.
you some corporate welfare. You need some welfare
No.
to get a new chain.
No.
I think you need a new chain.
I have.
Makes you more believable.
I've been diagnosed with what's called present blindness. I'm blind to
Blind sight.
the present, like right here, it's like I'm not here.
Right here isn't here.
But next week, if you
Right
ask me
now
what
isn't now.
next week, if you ask me what we did, I'd be like, I could rattle it off, but like today,
You live on the B side.
no.
To be or not to be side.
Okay.
On the dark side. The Dick Cheney. You're my Dick Cheney. Dick driven mad men.
There's that noise again. What is that?
So with 2020 hypo hindsight, I want a final prediction.
From me? Wait, I have one.
Okay.
In the year 2052, melancholy will replace passionate love, and we will all start going to the library for an aphrodisiac.
You heard it here first. Take that in. 3 predictions. It's not quite the same as 3 wishes, but you've got it here in the Edgar Snowden file. All you need to do is check your prism.
I've never actually had a long-term prediction not come true.
This is in your file. It's recorded by Trailblazer. And we have Tide and Cascade, and we have the exabyte metadata. And when we leave here,
To get the cheeseburgers?
straight to Guantanamo Bay.
Did they have cheeseburgers there?
I don't know. It's a good question. I think they have chicken nuggets. This has been the Dangling